Okay guys, let's have a quick cosplay story time. About that time, going to a convention nearly got me fired from my job. So the first convention I ever went to, I intentionally booked time off for it, but I couldn't get all the days that I wanted. Absolutely fine, I had 2 out of the 5 days I wanted off, and I used to be a farmer. So a couple days before the convention, I was milking cows, and I got kicked in the chest. And for about 24 hours, things were okay. I had a really bad stomach though, like when I went to the toilet, there was blood, which was fun. So I went to A&E thinking that I had a urinary tract infection, and being in a foreign country I couldn't just go to my local GP. A&E starts investigating, realises that it's not a urinary tract infection and that I'm actually bleeding internally. So a lot of trauma, CAT scans later, turns out I had a hole in my kidney and I was in hospital for about 2 days. Now in those 2 days, wasn't really conscious because, you know, drugs, and at the end of those 2 days, we had booked to go away to this convention. Now, I still wasn't feeling very well, but we figured that we'd paid for the hotel, we'd booked the tickets, we may as well go, and if I couldn't walk around for too much, then that was just going to be one of those things. So we pack up at like ridiculous o'clock in the morning and drive to the convention, check into our hotel, and just kind of have a nice day out in the city. Had to do a lot of sitting down because I couldn't walk for ages, but you know, it was fine. Had a nice time at the convention where my husband pulled my shirt down, which you can see that story of the video that I posted last week, and then I came home. And when I came home, my boss decided to corner me because he'd come around my house and I wasn't there. And he didn't understand why, if I was so sick that I had to miss several days at work, that I could still go to the convention. And then he dropped the bombshell. The days that I had been off were the days that I had originally requested holiday for that I had not been allowed. So essentially he thought that I was faking having internal bleeding so that I could go to the convention for an extra few days, which luckily did get cleared up, but that was an awkward conversation.